Indy, Monaco, Le Mans. There are many great races in the world, but for amateur drivers, one race stands above all others. For the past 50 years, the Sports Car Club of America Runoffs has been the pinnacle of amateur motorsports. A single, winner-take-all event that can take a lifetime to win and only split seconds to lose. This is where champions are crowned, where professional careers are launched. This is where greatness is born.
And welcome to the 2013 SCCA Runoffs here at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. This is the 50 Years of Champions, the 50th running of the Runoffs as we get set to start your Touring 2 category, the last race of the day, a fun 3-race day filled weekend. My name is Jeff Lepper. Randy Pope's joining me in the booth. We're going to go down to John Bizignano on pit lane.
Well, what you're looking here is what looks like an absolute stock dash for a Ford Mustang, and the reason it looks that way is because all of these cars in Touring 2 started out as street cars. The interior has mostly been taken away, and they've been modified with roll bars and all kinds of safety equipment, but the suspension and pretty much the design of the original car is still there. And if you look down through the field, you go from the Mustang to the Corvette to the Porsche. So of course you have the big Detroit muscle type cars with those great V8s, and of course the Porsche looking for its raceability, for its advantage here around Road America Raceway in the handling, in the twisty turny bits, and of course under braking. So we'll see what Detroit big V8 power can do with these really well handling cars a little bit further back in the grid. But as the tires get warmed up and as the sun comes out, it is right now first time all day long, things are going to warm up, guys. There's going to be a little bit slipping and sliding around there for these big V8 Detroit type cars.
Well, yeah, it's a good point that John makes about the sun coming out. This was the first time the sun has been out all weekend, or sorry, all day long today. Not sure if these guys set their car up to be cloudy, but we mentioned it is more of a stock vehicle, not much set up to do. Randy Popes?
Just spoke in the mic, and I apologize for that. But it's going to be an interesting race today because, for one thing, I see Ford Mustangs racing Chevy Corvettes, and that's unusual. And we've got 911s thrown in there, so a lot of modern race cars, sporty cars. But near the back, we have a Subaru STI and a Mitsubishi Lancer. Interesting that they're not further up the order right now. Probably rules, preparation, drivers, we don't know. But a lot of modern cars in this T2 class.
Well, revamped with touring categories 1 through 4 now in national competition. Got no longer showroom stock vehicles, so those cars are transitioning over to the T2. Some of the older Corvettes, lower prep 911s, not the GT3 Cup car that you saw in GT2 racing. This is the 996 car, a version of the 911. Racing here, I think we talk about Road America being a horsepower track. A lot of straightaway here, not so much on the long sweeping corners. You do have one, don't forget me wrong, on the carousel, but not really a great, you don't have to have a great handling car here. You have to have a powerful car.
Well, you need a little bit of everything. But if you've got straight line speed, it can be a real advantage on these two straights. It's interesting, it's always Road America's been like two tracks to me. You have the front part, which is straight away down pit lane, straight away back the other way. And then you've got turn 5 to turn 14, which is more like a curvy racing track where the handling really matters. Part of what depends there is if your car's fast enough to do the carousel and the kink flat out. If you can do those flat out, then that becomes a really long straightaway. Well, in T2, I don't think you can. These cars are a little heavier, they're quite powerful. They're going to have to be lifting in the carousel. They're going to have to be lifting in the kink, I'm sure of it. So that's like a handling section. For instance, that Porsche sitting in third place, driven by Jay Patel, he's a local guy running with Fall Line, kind of new to racing and getting better in a hurry. And he's going to be stronger from turn 5 to turn 14. Whereas I think these Mustangs will be the best of all on these long straightaways, because I don't expect that those cars would have enough handling to outrun the Vet and the Porsche in the corners. My guess of how this race will sort out, we got a Camaro out there too, pretty cool.
We talk about the horsepower, maybe Subaru Impreza, Mitsubishi Lancer Evo, more on the handling part, 4-cylinder turbocharged versus the big mighty torquey V8s.
Yeah, actually the Lancer Evo was winning in a similar class recently, but in this new iteration, it must be in a different situation. And it's all-wheel drive, turbocharged, very, very different car from a Corvette or a Mustang. But part of the variety of SCCA club racing. Really, you can run almost any car there is in a class somewhere.
Go ahead and look at the grid here for your Touring 2 National Championship class. That will be Kurt Rezzitano on the pole in his Phoenix Performance Ford Racing Hoosier Ford Mustang. Starting second, Andy Wolverton in his Raw Racing Hoosier Angry Sheep Chevy Corvette C5 Z06. Jay Patel, you mentioned him earlier, he starts in the third position in that Calex Motorsports Fall Line Porsche 911 996 version. Kyle Keeley out of Huntington Beach, California, the UPR.com Chevy Corvette C5 Z06 starts fourth. Six-time runoffs champion Don Knowles in his Hawk Phoenix Performance Hoosier Ford Mustang GT. Tom Slow, we saw him earlier racing a sedan. He comes back in a Corvette. Can he make it 2 championship wins in one day today in his Hunter Racing Engineering Chevy Corvette C5 Z06? Matthew Polano, you talk about him, and he starts in 7th in the Phoenix Performance Chevy Corvette. Dave Sanders starts 8th, another one of those Phoenix Performance Chevy Corvette C5 Z06s. Nathan Walburn out of Omaha, Nebraska, that Hunter Hoosier Vet Sport Chevy Corvette in 9th and 10th. Andrew Long out of Naples, Florida, in that Trinon Fall Line Motorsports Porsche 996.
Picking up 11th is Todd Napierowski out of Michigan with the Tremec SKF Hoosier Backstreet Performance Chevy Camaro SS. That's a good-looking gold car we saw pulling away. Norman Belts is 12th in the Total Performance Racing Hoosier Hawk Chevy Corvette. Up in 13th spot, Lucky 13, Gary Mason, Waterford, Michigan, where that great little SCCA club track Waterford Hills is. Braid Wheels, Hoosier Angry Sheep, Porsche 996. That's 2 Angry Sheep in this race. Look out. Mike Pettiford, a talented driver back there in 14th spot. Look for him to move up in the Go For It Racing School's Hoosier Hawk Chevy Corvette. And then back in 10th, John Baldwin from Covington, Louisiana. We got a K-John, Baldwin Motorsport, Little Girl, Big Knife Racing, Subaru WRX STI. He's got a sense of humor, too. CJ Moses is next, 16th spot. Old Dominion Metals, AMS Performance, Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. That's kind of the battle of the all-wheel drive turbo Japanese cars right there for 14th and 15th. And Scotty B. White, a really talented driver from Washington, sitting there in last place, 17th. Probably still sorting out that new Ford Mustang GT he's going to be racing with BF Goodrich tires and for Night Transport.
Great field. 17 cars ready to take the green flag in Touring 2, coming out of the carousel in through the kink on their warm-up lap.
These cars are fun. Those Corvette Z06s are a great handling little car. I actually liked it better than the new ones for a long time until we got to the really new ones, and they make a great race car. The Corvettes have a front engine and a rear transaxle. It makes them actually better balanced. Whereas the Mustangs, very old school pony cars, you know, that big V8 up front, rear drive, live axle. It's an old live axle rear suspension. It's not independent. But the Mustangs are well engineered and they make it work.
Then you go back to Jay Patel in his Fall Line Porsche 911, flat 6, true rear engine drive car. Kind of get a European flavor in the mix here in T2.
Rear engine, rear drive. The Porsche 911 grew out of the Volkswagen Beetle, and it's sticking with that design. Let's check qualifying. The pole was a 24.6 for Kurt Rezzitano. Jay Patel qualified at a 25.1. 25.5 for Kyle Kelly, 26.0 for Don Knowles. It's a tight field at the front of the pack.
It sure is, and they're tightening it up more as they get set to get the green flag as they come down the front stretch up that huge hill, and TV does not give it justice. That is about a 10-story uphill from the bottom to the top as we're waiting on the green flag coming down here, starting your T2. There it is, green flag. We're underway for your T2 National Championship here at the 2013 SCCA Runoffs. Kirk Rezzitano on the inside in his Mustang. Boy, look at Patel there way to the right in his Porsche. Going to run out of real estate there. It is 3 wide right behind him.
That
number
Porsche's
86.
Down on power, and they all went right by him, and somebody's out wide. A couple of vets coming back from the Boons.
Yeah.
The Boonies, that's Tom Slow that got wide.
Yeah, way wide in that number 97 Chevy Corvette, but it is
Rezzitano
in the lead. Wow, big tank
big
slapper
wiggle.
there from Andy Wolverton.
Patel is getting killed on these starts, but I bet you he's quick once they get back into the corners from turn 5 on.
And Kyle Cayley gets right behind him, side by side now, as they're coming down the front stretch here with Patel falling
He's
back
hanging
to
in
fifth.
there. The 911 does have really good aerodynamics, and look, good brakes. Wow, he dive bombs inside that Mustang.
Way good brakes as Don Knowles didn't even know he was there. He gets the power out of the corner, though, puts it down in his Mustang. And don't give shout out to Don Knowles, 6-time runoff championship. Way wide once again for Andy Wolverton. He's fighting that Corvette right now.
And Patel picks up another position. He's up to 3rd place. Turn 5 to turn 8. I'm telling you, that Porsche owns that. He's getting hurt on the straights. Makes for a great race when you have such different capabilities. Rezzitano out in front of the Mustang. Patel battling all those cars that have more power. He's trying to hold them off.
But Kyle Cayley coming from 4th up to 2nd in that UPR.com Chevy Corvette. That's a C5 Z06 model. Most of the Corvettes in here are the C5 Z06s. A few of the regular Corvette C5 models thrown in here, but great run for him as he's up to 2nd.
I think Wolverton's going to get a piece of Patel on the way into Canada corner. That's a long way, and the Corvette's got him. He's up next to him into the brake zone. See if Jay's going to take him back. He tries it down the inside. Oh, and he's pinched by Wolverton.
Wolverton gave him just enough room to say, you can make it, but I'm not going to let you have it. Don Knowles now trying an outside pass, going to go back under Patel. Patel tried to do the over-under on Wolverton, couldn't make it happen. Now Don Knowles trying the same exact thing to him as they come through turn number 14 onto the front stretch. It will be Kurt Rezzitano in 1st, Kyle Cayley in 2nd. And we have I believe Andy Wolverton in 3rd.
Yes, and
Don
Jay
Knowles
Patel's
fourth now.
getting freight trained by Don Knowles and by the 07 of Matthew Polano. It's that horsepower to handling combination. It's so interesting to see it work. I'm telling you, Jay should not have tried so hard to make that move in Canada, but he's got a tough race there fighting all these horsepower cars out on the straightaway.
And Tom Slow recovering from his off. He had in turn 1 running way wide there, getting around Patel. A little touch there. Don Knowles up against Polano. Little nose to tail there. Nothing to worry about.
I guarantee you those Corvettes are out handling those Mustangs. The Mustangs must have the good power. There's one that's running good right there in the lead.
Boy, Rezzitano in that Phoenix Performance Ford Racing Hoosier Ford Mustang GT. Looks like he has it hooked up right now.
That Phoenix team brings a lot of cars to the races, and a lot of them are winning.
I believe they have 9 cars here this weekend, if I count my math right. Carry the 7 minus the 2. I believe it's 9.
And Patel, oh boy, he's back in the corners, but now he's back in line. He had a great first lap.
A good shot of Andrew Long in the number 02 Fall Line Motorsports Porsche 996. Looks like he's running in 9th right now.
Yeah, Long is trying to get up there, make it a Porsche freight train.
And Don Knowles is just chewing on that back bumper, and Matthew Polano and his Chevy Corvette bumped him again into the braking zone. Not going to be that varsity sticker on the front bumper of that Mustang very much longer if he keeps that up.
Don Knowles, a many-time champion, does not look like a race car driver, but boy, is he good at it.
Won his first championship back in 1978 and 79 in a Saab 99. Had to wait till 2006 to win it again in a Pontiac Solstice and SSB. And
Go
then
Sweden.
he won 3 times in T2.
Go Sweden. It's not a Volvo, but it's close.
Yeah, talk about history there, huh?
Looks like the Corvette has got the big handling advantage on that Mustang, even with Don Knowles driving it. Patel's back there holding position.
Looks like a lot of the drivers settling in now here, trying to see where they can make their move on the guy in front of them. But with these higher horsepower cars, and a lot of them running a smaller tire than you normally would see on a bigger car like we'll see in T1 or a GT category. So maybe some of these guys going into conservation mode.
Could be. Now the lead pack has broken away. 3 cars, all of them can win this race. Tom Slow, who won earlier today in the A sedan category, is trying to get back in it back there in his 97 Vet, but leading is Rezzitano in that Mustang. I just don't know if the Mustang is going to be able to keep his tires under him while these 2 Corvettes are running him down.
Yeah, Wolverton looking to the inside of Kyle Cayley, putting his nose there, letting him know he's there, but Kurt Rezzitano out in the lead in his Mustang. Now Wolverton tucking into the backside
Yeah,
of Kelly. He goes to the inside, making it too wide, coming down into turn number 5, out of turn number 4. Looks like he has position. Can he get back over? Is he going to stay there? It's going to be a breaking battle here. Kyle Kelly, the battle for second. Wolverton on the inside, not going to give it up a little bit. Kyle Kelly holds his spot.
It ain't over, but I wouldn't try that in turn 6, Andy. He knows. That's a tough pass because it's a short break zone.
Yeah.
Wolverton run really strong in a Solstice for several years. I remember back, I think it was in T3 or showroom stock. Now he's moved up to a Corvette, and he's qualified second, so he's got the speed. He's battling it out with Kyle Kelly there, who actually qualified quite a bit slower, almost 2 seconds slower. He might have tuned it up for the race. He may have made adjustments that are working. Well, obviously he has.
Yeah, I got to think, though, that Wolverton might be testing him, seeing where I'm better. Okay, I got a good run on him there. Now I know I got to get off turn number 4 better to get down into turn number 5 and get him.
It looks like Kelly was really good through that carousel. Wolverton brave in the kink. Look at him. He's got some speed. 2 wheels in the dirt. He's got to run. I'll bet you he tries it in Canada.
Coming down here, Kyle Kelly's going to watch that inside.
Yes. Protecting, watching the inside. These guys need to worry about running that Mustang down more than they need to worry about passing each other.
Yeah, get these 2 Corvettes. Team Chevy kind of needs to team up a little bit and see if they can run down that Ford Mustang here. Battle against Ford Mustang, American muscle.
It would be wise. That Mustang looking pretty good. Resitano doing a good job in that Phoenix prepared car.
Matthew Polano right behind him. An interesting stat about him, this is his first runoff start, and he was your national points winner in the T2 category, so making it his first start. As Wolverton onto the inside, down the straightaway, got a good draft and a great run out of turn number 14 onto the inside of Kyle Kelly. Look at that, makes the pass before the braking zone. You know that's a good run when you do that.
Andy's like, you know, that Mustang's getting away, I got to go.
But anyway, Matthew Polano running in 4th and Don Knowles in 5th. So great run from the rookie into 4th place.
Now, Mike Kelly, or Kyle Kelly, I recommend that you just run with Andy for a little bit and catch that Mustang and worry about it later. You two just hook up. Run that Mustang down.
We'll talk about rookies. We're talking about Matthew Polano winning the National Points Championship, but the guy leading, Kurt Resitano, this is his first runoffs in the group as well. So this is a rookie leading. Andy Wolverton right behind him in 2nd. Kyle Kelly in 3rd. Kyle Kelly's done 10 starts so far. This will be his 11th start now. And Wolverton has 4 starts.
Wolverton has run up front a lot at the runoffs. I don't know about, I remember him running near the front, probably leading. He hasn't won one though, has he? Andy Wolverton. So he's ready. You know, he's ready to win. He's ready to win a race.
He did win
Kelly's
at
hanging on.
Heartland Park, Topeka in 2008 in T2.
So he did have a championship in T2 back in 08. So well done, Andy. And I think this is going to be a race because I think that Mustang may not be able to keep the tires under him as long as those vets can.
Boy, what a great camera shot coming out of the carousel there, seeing them just barely slide those Hoosier tires out of the outside there with Wolverton. And I think when Wolverton won the championship in 2008, he was a rookie as well in T2.
Wow, it's something to come to the runoffs and win on your first try.
I was going to say, if you're a rookie with Resitano leading here, and Wolverton did it when he was a rookie, I think if you're a rookie coming in, you want to be in T2 to win.
And maybe that's the hot tip. But we're a long way from the finish, aren't we, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, it's got a long way to go. Just now coming by the start-finish line when they get up to the top of the hill here. That will complete lap number 4. So long time here. 9 laps to go, 13 laps or 40 minutes for these T2 competitors. And not much of an advantage, it looks like, between any of these guys. But Wolverton has pulled away from Kyle Kelly.
He's moving up. He's starting to get in the draft of that Mustang. Kyle Kelly's doing all he can do. Here comes Tom Slow. He's working with Polano.
Yeah, Slow got around Polano now. He's up to 4.
Okay, trying to get back in this race. He could be the fastest thing on track.
Wolverton just set that last lap, the fastest lap time at a 2:24.128, lapping a second quicker than your race leader.
Yeah, we've got 5 cars running in the 25s or better.
And here is Don Knowles. He's sitting in 6th. Jay Patel behind him. The battle for the 6th position with Patel in 7th. And here is Wolverton on the outside of Resitano. Down here to turn number 5. Who's got the better brakes? Is it Mustang? Is it Corvette? It will be right now. It's Resitano. Wolverton way to the wide.
Keep it
it's
out
bumpy
of the grass,
over there.
Andy.
I was down watching the A sedan race a little bit earlier. You do not want to get on those rumble strips.
No,
but
sir.
Look at that. Resitano maintains his lead, but he is under heavy attack by Wolverton in his Corvette now. Watch Kyle Kelly closing back in on this lead too.
They have reeled that Mustang in, haven't they? And we've got Wolverton all over him. Kyle Kelly's very much in this game.
Yeah, he's just going to mind his own race, save his tires, watch these guys battle in front of him, wait for one of them to make a mistake or get side by side. And I guarantee you, Kyle Kelly, he knows how to wheel a car. I've seen him run some Pirelli World Challenge races. I've seen him run a lot of amateur nationals and major events. We'll see what he can do here. He did, I believe, 4 majors this year, so ran majority of the major events.
Tell you what, the Mustang is the overachiever in this group. I'm amazed how good it is. Wolverton all over Resitano. He's in position to try and take the lead into Canada. Down the inside, he's through.
Yeah, look at that. Andy Wolverton in the UPR.com Chevy Corvette into the lead over Kurt Resitano in 2nd, Kyle Kelly in 3rd. Now it's Resitano's job to put the battle here to Wolverton, and he is doing just that. He let him go through Canada Corner. He's not going to let him go down this front stretch out of turn number 14.
Look at that Corvette pick up a car length right in the turn in. It's just a handling car. I think that Mustang's in trouble.
Yeah, he's in trouble from Kyle Kelly on the back bumper now.
Yeah, the Corvette it's a good handling chassis when it's set up right, and those older Z06s are a good handling car. I think John Heinrich had a hand in those things back at GM when he was the lead Corvette engineer.
Is there a GM car that Heinrich didn't have his hand in? Look at that big sideways slide. 4 wheels through turn number 1. Kurt Resitano, he is pushing hard in his Phoenix Performance Ford Mustang GT, trying to get that position back over Andy Wolverton. Kyle Kelly sitting there just licking the lips, thinking, oh yeah, this guy is mine. Let's sandwich this Mustang and maybe make it a Corvette 1-2. Can we do it in T2?
It looks like this lead group of 3 has really gapped the rest of the field, though. I thought maybe Slow would be reeling him in, but not yet. He's running competitive times, but he can't get there. Wolverton's into the low 24s after drafting that Mustang.
Yeah, Slow about 6 seconds behind Kyle Kelly in 3rd. We'll look next time by the timing beacon to see if he improves and if he's running them down, especially if these guys start battling side by side. Tom Slow will be right there in 4th looking for that podium spot.
I think Kyle Kelly's got something for that Mustang. This is a tight group, though. Wolverton is not leaving just yet, is he?
No, he's not. Kyle Kelly has the headlights on that Corvette now turned on. Not sure if that's just a panic on the steering wheel and you hit the switch and turn the headlights on, or is that a little bit of an intimidation to the rookie driver?
Yeah, good question, because you sure wouldn't want it aerodynamically.
Not here at this track, no.
That's right. Of course, as long as you're in the draft of the Mustang, that's not going to be a problem. You don't have to worry about aerodynamics when you're drafting.
Well, the battle for the lead in T2 now between Andy Wolverton, Kurt Resitano, and Kyle Kelly. 1, 2, 3. We'll heat up this battle again right after this break. The 2013 SCCA runoffs are brought to you by Mazda. Zoom, zoom.
It's time to face facts. You're a gearhead. You wish the freeway on-ramp was your personal racetrack. Well, buckle up, buddy, because the Sports Car Club of America wants you. With 40,000 members and events across the country, the SCCA has all the excitement you can handle. Dance the blacktop two-step with SCCA Solo. Get down and dirty with SCCA Rallycross. Or go wheel-to-wheel with SCCA Club Racing. Hit the track with the SCCA, where America's best drivers race.
He ignored the naysayers and never compromised. When Thomas Edison threw the switch, it changed everything. Engineering without compromise. This is the Mazda way. And this is the Mazda CX-5. Skyactiv technology makes it lighter yet stronger, earning a top safety pick. And more fuel efficient than any hybrid SUV. This is the uncompromised Mazda CX-5. What do you drive?
Well, welcome back to the 2013 SCCA runoffs. I told you the battle was heating up in T2 before we went to break, and it sure did. Andy Wolverton still leading, but it is Kyle Kelly in second now. Kurt Resitano back to third in his Ford Mustang. And blinking the lights, there's a lot of damage to the front of that Corvette. Let's look what happened. Down here into Canada corner, Andy Wolverton. Oh, look at that.
Oh, the Mustang had a problem.
Looks like Resitano maybe missed a shift coming out of Canada
worse.
corner there, and Kyle Kelly gets in the back. Lifted the rear tires off that Mustang. We'll see how that handles the handling on those cars.
Yeah, that must have been a missed shift, because all of a sudden he's just quit accelerating. And so Kyle Kelly, you know, kind of innocent there, completely innocent, just coming off the corner, and the car ahead suddenly slows down. It's going to happen. I think the muffler got folded down on that Mustang, but it looks like he's still running good.
Don't have to worry about sound meter now.
I think Kyle Kelly's going to just try to get on out of there. I can't understand why he's got the headlights off now, right? Well, maybe not. A little bit hard to tell by the exposure of the film there.
Well, you know, a hard hit in the front of that Corvette like that, is that going to affect the alignment at all in the front of these cars?
I would have been more worried about the alignment of the back of the Mustang. I don't think it would, but I do think it could have got a radiator, except the Corvette carries the radiator further back and laid down. So I think he's going to be all right mechanically.
Well, great run. All this battling for second between Kyle Kelly and Resitano has allowed Andy Wolverton to pull about a 2.7 second lead. We'll see what it is at the stripe. But boy, big sideways there from Resitano. And you mentioned it, that car does not look well under brakes, and it does not look well putting the power down. Probably, you're right, did knock the alignment out of the rear of that Mustang.
Maybe. Or maybe that's just the way Mustangs handle. It looks a lot like Andy McDermott in the American Sedan race. They just do that drifty thing.
Here's a battle between the number 82 of Norman Betts and Mike Pettiford in the number 4 Go For It Racing School's Corvette. This is for the battle for 12th between these two Corvette drivers. And Mike Pettiford, a lot of racing experience, has the Go For It Racing Schools out of Colorado.
Mike, a perennial runoffs competitor. He's here every year, often runs 2 cars, and is usually a lot closer to the front than this.
And
Patel is backed by Don Knowles.
Well, yeah. They're battling back and forth for the 6th position here. Patel now has it. Don Knowles back to 7th.
Could be that tire issue. I think the Mustangs may be a little harder on their tires, especially than a smaller, lighter Porsche 911.
Just past halfway here. Once again, 13 laps in this race, or 40 minutes. We should have no problem doing the 13 laps here. Just as I say that, they always don't want to jinx it, of course, but it is a 2.6 second lead for Andy Wolverton over Kyle Kelly as we watch the battle here between Jay Patel and the Fall Line Motorsports Porsche 911 996 version. Not the Cup version we saw a little bit earlier, but still a Porsche. You can't go wrong with that. Right behind him, Don Knowles, in that Phoenix Performance 6-time runoffs champion, Don Knowles, followed by Dave Sanders. You got a little glimpse of him right behind there in that number 7 Phoenix Performance Chevy Corvette.
Now here's Tom Slow duking it out with Matthew Polano. And we got Kurt Resitano hanging in there, but not quite able to keep up with Mike Kelly. Pretty big gap from Resitano in 3rd, back to Slow in 4th. They're going quick. All of a sudden, Polano and Slow got it down in the 25s. They figured out something. Even the leader's only at a 26.
Yeah, 6.5 second gap the last lap for Slow. Now it's 4.4 back to Resitano now.
Wow,
so yeah, Slow
looks like
is
they
coming.
got something figured out back there. For one thing, they probably quit racing each other and just started to try to turn some good laps. That's what we mean in racing when we talk about put the head down. Just drive. Stop racing and just drive. Speed. It's a long way up there, though. They're kind of spread out. Those black Corvettes trying to run down that Mustang. We flip-flopped on the times this time around.
Just a beautiful camera shot looking down that straightaway over the hills here, raised up all the tree line here. What a great city Elkhart Lake is, and what a great facility Road America is. We really appreciate them having the runoffs here for SCCA, and looking forward to next year at the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, and then In 2015, off to Daytona International Speedway for the runoffs.
Well, the sun has finally come out here today, and it's low, so we're getting some good light. You can see in the shadows as we look at these Corvettes working hard to try to get back in this race. I guarantee you these guys are not cruising. They are going for it. They're running as hard as they can. Both of them turned 25s last time as we watch Polano slewing out onto the curbing, but they're both in the 26 this lap. It was really funny. The leaders were 26s, Polano and Slow 25s. Then it flipped right around. The leaders are back in the 25s. Polano and Slow back in the 26s.
Now, what does that do to you as a driver when you're going in and out of the shadows now that we haven't had that problem all day? Well, basically all week long for these drivers. Now they have this issue. Is that something you have to adapt to or adjust?
Well, you know what the worst thing is? This time of day, it's getting kind of late in the evening as that sun gets low and it can hit you right in the eyes in some of the corners. Big visibility issue. I don't think it's bright enough that the shadows are a big issue, but as you can see, it stays shady and cooler and sometimes wetter back here in the Thunder Valley section from the Kink down to Canada Corner here at Road America. It's not wet anymore, though. It hasn't rained since this morning, and I don't think it's going to rain again all weekend.
Well, that'd be great to finish out the 2013 SCCA runoffs, the 50th run.
Here
Here's
we
that
go.
battle once again between Norman Betts and Mike Pettiford. They're still going at it.
They're going at it.
Great thing about the SCCA runoffs. It does not matter what position you are. You'll have Miatas battling for 50th, just like these guys are battling for 12th. But now Norman Bates is 12th. Mike Pettiford got around him for that 12th position.
Took him around the outside, entering the carousel.
So watch Norman Bates coming through the kink and down into Canada
move
Corner.
There, yeah.
He's not giving it up as Tom Slow. We're going to look at the gap now between Resitano, and it's down to 4.4 seconds.
Polano is hanging on to Slow. He can't quite threaten him, but he's hanging in there.
Well, you see Slow just throw that Corvette into turn number 1.
Slow already a winner today in American Sedan.
I'll tell you what, Kyle Kelly is coming. Andy Wolverton had a 2.2 second lead, and now it's down to 1.7 seconds. We'll have to see how that's making out with Kyle Kelly in second. Kurt Resitano is still holding down third for Tom Slow, and Matthew Polano in fifth.
You know what? These guys never give up, man. They are driving hard. For one thing, it's fun to go as fast as you can. But if you're paying attention, you're always trying to get better. Here's Kelly, and there's Wolverton. He is trying to reel him in before this race is over. We got about 4 laps to go. And guess what? Resitano is still within range in his dented Mustang.
Yeah, if Kyle Kelly can get to the back of Wolverton, now catching somebody and passing somebody is two entirely different things. But if they can start battling for that lead, Resitano could start moving up faster than he is now. And hey, you never know. Tom Slow is still in it. It is not over in T2 by far.
They're looking really good drifting through the carousel. When it goes downhill, the grip goes off. Let's see the kink here, a little tail slide for the vet. The Mustang looks all hooked up through there. He looks nicely balanced. Maybe he should be doing a little faster.
Yeah,
I want to see that four-wheel slide through there, through that kink. But the kink is hairy. These guys are going through there at well over 100 miles an hour. Now this is Canada Corner, probably third gear for these guys. And then turn 13, this uphill left-hander, really fun, challenging corner. Look how they use the connecting road. They slide right out off the normal surface into that little connector using every bit of pavement, just like here where they come on the front straight over the curbs into the new extra asphalt and maybe even a little bit of grass.
Well, you paid to use the whole track, you might as well use it, right?
And more.
And more. Yeah,
Boy,
that's
Polano
true.
was right on the tail of Slow there as they came out of the corner onto this straightaway. Let's see if he takes a shot at him. It's getting a little late in the race. It might be time to start thinking about just picking up a position.
Pretty sure Andy Wolverton is listening to the broadcast here at speedcasttv.com because he picked it back up, put that gap back to 2.2 seconds. Is the battle now. Look at that between Matthew Polano and Tom Slow for fourth.
Polano wants him.
Polano wants it bad. Slow now. Looks like he's fighting the handling on that car. Probably drove the tires off of that Chevy Corvette trying to run down those top three.
Let's see how Slow handles the pressure. He's got Polano all over him. The leader's still spread out a little bit. Looks like Wolverton has managed to open the gap up a little bit again. He has. He got back down in the low 25s last time. Pulled a half second on the next two cars. Resitano can still run in the 25s. He's still quick. Look at Polano. He's right on his tail. Surprise attack. Come on, do it. Oh, look at Slow down the inside, making it a little hard to get by. Like you say, it's hard to pass.
Looks like Slow's a little better coming off the corner. Polano is better entering the corner on the brakes because he really closes that gap.
Slow's worried about him, though. Look at him driving wide. I think you're exactly right about that. Polano gets in there real quick.
Once you start driving your mirrors, not the race you want to do.
Yep. But Slow is better off coming out. The exit speed from the corner is the most important thing because that affects your speed all the way down the next straightaway.
And you can adjust that as you go through your race depending on conditions and handling of your car as it changes?
These drivers are constantly adjusting the way they drive the car. You're right. The heat in the tires, the fuel load, the brake wear. Polano all over Slow. He wants a piece of him in Canada. He might give him a shot at the end of this straightaway. No, Slow is getting wide. Oh, he's bouncing over the curb. That didn't help his exit.
Yeah, Polano right on the back bumper. Cannot put a piece of paper between those two Chevy Corvettes. Coming out.
Whoa! Big slide for Slow.
He is fighting the handling on that Chevy Corvette.
Inside of 14, here comes Polano. He's ahead, but can he make it stick? No, he's not sticking at all. He's in the grass. Come on, let's go. He's almost headed up pit lane. Oh, Polano had a shot at it. Polano had the position and then got it in the grass.
Wow, he went way to the inside of Slow. Could not make it stick. Ran wide. Kept his foot in it, though, and went through the grass and comes down through the pit. Yeah, wow, what a great one.
He's got the entry speed, but it's more important to have the exit.
Too much entry speed.
Still all over the road, even though he's all by himself. Up front, Wolverton has been reeled in a half second by Kyle Kelly. I don't know if he can get there, though. We're on the last lap.
2 laps to go.
2 laps to go.
Next
2 laps to go. There's your leader, Wolverton. There's Kyle Kelly. He's still 3 or 4 seconds back. There's a lot of sliding around going out there. Everything's hot. The brakes are hot. The tires are hot. The Mustang is hanging in there in 3rd place.
Is that smoke out of the back of Kyle Kelly coming up the hill there? A little shade there, but
little smoke off the 79 car.
It'll be interesting to see who has tires left after this race. I guarantee you they have worn these tires out.
These cars are very much street-based. You can tell by looking at them. It looks exactly like something in the parking lot. And that's real live smoke coming off of that Corvette. Does not appear to be coming out of the tailpipes. So it could be transmission, rear end, something else, axle seal. I wonder if it's, it's getting worse in a hurry too. And as the Mustang's sliding around in that oil.
Yeah, Resitano looked like he was a little loose there as he comes through the kink here. Got to be careful there.
Kyle's got trouble.
Only has, about 4 or 5 more corners.
And Kurt Resitano, now he's breathing that awful smoke. Sometimes that's a real motivation to get by. I know it is for me.
You got to be careful, too, because if that does let go, you don't want to get stuck in that oil and throw your race away either.
I wonder if it's oiling the track or if it's oiling his windshield. Look at Resitano sliding around back there.
Doesn't seem to be affecting Kyle Kelly that much as he's still holding tough.
It's like a James Bond movie, you know. He's got the Aston Martin with the oil slick going down.
Smoke screen, here we go.
If he finishes this lap, it'll be a miracle.
Oh.
Resitano almost to the grass. He doesn't want to draft. He's like, I can't smell that stuff anymore.
You saw Resitano putting his hand out to kind of like, hey, what's going on? This guy's smoking. Come on.
I think he's looking for fresh air, Jeff.
It could be. Put his head in there and said, I can't breathe. But, boy, with that much smoke, and here it is.
Here he
Resitano
goes.
onto the inside of Kyle Kelly.
That Corvette is on its last legs. Easy there, boys. Nice job, side by side. He didn't want to give it up. Resitano gives him a wave. I'm not sure that Kyle Kelly really had a choice. Into 2nd place goes Resitano. Kyle Kelly, you need to just bring that baby home.
Yeah, not sure if that's going to happen. He looks like he is way
slowing
off
down
the
rapidly.
pace now.
He may have overheated it.
It's missing. Oh, you can hear it.
Oh, it's not running right. Here comes Polano and Slow.
And I believe it will be Slow that'll get that position now. How about that for the final podium position right at the end? And oh, what a heartbreak for Kyle Kelly.
Oh, yeah, 1 lap to go. Something's not right in that Corvette. Here comes Jay Patel.
We always say it's never over till it's over, and this is proof positive. That does not sound well, doesn't look well. Just trying to squeeze a finish out. Just wants to finish.
I hope he's not lubricating the track. That could be very bad for the cars following. We might even see some debris flags just in case. Oh yeah, and here you go. Polano still wants a piece of Tom Slow. Slow going down the inside of turn 8, trying to hold him off.
This is your battle for the podium with a half a lap left. Who will it be? It's Andy Wolverton in the lead. He's got about a 5.5 second lap over Rezzitano now. Tom Slow in third, followed closely by Matthew Polano. Can he make it happen? He's got about 2 more chances here as he looks.
Oh, he's getting in the mirrors. He's putting the pressure on.
He's got to get a good run through the kink,
yes,
get the draft, try to get him through Canada Corner. Not sure if he can make it happen in 14. He has to get it done here in Canada Corner.
He's got a choice of these last 2 corners. Slow protects. Polano goes outside.
Can he do the over-under?
Get up under him. Get up under him. He's got a nose. This is going to be hairy up in 13. No, he's in behind him.
We said Polano has a better entry, but it looks like Slow gets off the corner better. He did that in Canada Corner.
Get wide.
Here
set him
is
up.
Slow.
Get the run. Okay, here's your winner.
Andy Wolverton, 2013 SCCA Runhouse champion. And side-by-side drag race up the hill. They touch. Side-by-side go up the hill. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Slow or Polano? And no, sideways. Wow. Huge hit for Polano on the driver's right down the straightaway.
Oh, it ain't over yet either. He's out in the middle of the racetrack, and here comes the rest of the field. I'm going to say that Slow got the position, but he lost the car.
That's Polano in the driver's right. Slow.
Polano, sorry about that. Polano got, and then let's see, now Polano got 3rd position.
And Kyle Kelly able to finish in 6th.
Backwards. That was wild.
Patel did get by Kyle Kelly for 5th. Kyle Kelly able to get the finish for 6th. But boy, we'll have to sort this out and see how this is going to play out between Polano and Tom Slow.
Look at that setup of flags. How often do you see a waving yellow, a waving checkered, and a debris flag all at the same time?
They're out of people. They have nobody left to hold a flag. We're out of hands. We need some more flags.
Yeah, and I hope that everybody sees that Polano's still sitting there. He's in the car.
Let's make sure he's okay. We got a SCCA staff right on scene with the driver there. I do see some movement now in the rear view mirror. You can just see it in the side mirror, seeing his helmet going.
Well, you know what? When you're in a crash like that, while the field is coming by, the safest place you can be is in the car. Do not get out. Do not undo your belts until the whole field gets by, or at least you have a safety truck parked behind you. Wild finish for the 3rd place position. Polano gets on the podium, but comes across the line backwards. Andy Wolverton, your winner. Kurt Rezzitano in that Mustang GT in 2nd place. And Polano, 3rd place with 1 wrecked Corvette, let me tell you.
Going to go to the replay here and see exactly if we can decipher what happened here at the finish. Here they are side by side. Polano on the inside, Slow. They're locked up side by side.
Oh, the wheels caught. That's the danger in running rubbing wheels. If you touch wheels and they catch, it throws the car. And that's what happened. Too much rubbing. Sometimes rubbing is wrecking.
Boy, I tell you what, just side by side there, those tires hooked up, and that shot Polano back around, and boy, got a feel for him. Boy, wrecking that Corvette. But
well, you know what? When the car behind you has a run on you, there's nothing you can do but sit there with your foot on the floor and hope he doesn't beat you to the line.
Well, Polano had the run up the hill against Slow. Slow was in 3rd. Polano got the run on him out of 14 up the hill side by side. That's going to get him the GoPro Hero move of the race for Matthew Polano into that move into 3rd on the last corner of the last lap up the hill. And gets that final podium spot. But boy, what a finish that was.
Unfortunately, nobody hit him. And look at the way the standings changed in just the last lap. Poor Kyle Kelly, all the way back, still finished 6th with his wounded Corvette. Kurt Resitano back to second. Polano comes all the way to third. He was fifth. And Jay Patel gets that fifth place in his Porsche 911, the handling car on the power course. If Jay Patel goes out to Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, look out in T2.
But I tell you what, you want to know what a podium means here at the SCCA runoffs? Look at Matthew Polano and what he just did.
I don't think he intended to do that.
I'll tell you what, you go for broke, you put your foot down, and you take everything you can to try to get on the podium or get a win here.
You know
Matthew Polano did just that.
Yeah, he did, and I'm not going to lift, and neither did he. Kept his foot in it. Unfortunately, those Corvettes, the wheels caught. You could see them jump and get thrown, and it turned into a big, awful crash. Pretty dramatic, finishing backwards for third place, the podium finish. I wonder if they'll make him go to tech.
Well, you got to get all the body pieces and throw in there so you can make weight.
It was an amazing finish, and it's kind of sad to see the cars get crashed, but on the other hand, at the runoffs, everybody's going for it. It's you know, foot to the floor action.
Well, Andy Wolverton, your 2013 SCCA National Champion. We have John Bizignano down on pit lane with our champ.
Andy, congratulations on a great win. I tell you what an eventful race. Let me ask you about the pass for the lead there. It seemed like you were following him for a while, just seeing exactly where you could get him.
You know, for a couple of moments there, I thought about making a move earlier, and then I thought better of it. I was on stickers, he was on scuffs. I didn't want to burn my stuff up too soon. I was quicker in some spots, and I knew where to push the advantage, so when I found an opportunity to draft him and go by him easily without using up my equipment, I took it.
How hard is that for a race car driver to go slow like that, to have some patience? It's a tough thing.
This is the first time it's ever happened to me, so.
Well, it worked out well for you.
Yeah, I did.
When it's in a situation like that, and also, you know, you have people behind you, though. It's all just weighing every little second out there because, okay, fine, you want to keep the tires underneath you and you want to do all that sort of thing, but the people behind you, all they want to do is eat you alive.
Oh, yeah. You try not to look in the mirror. I thought about turning it up a couple of times so I couldn't see out the back, but it turned out just the way I wanted it. It was a great race.
Let's get that gold medal on you by Bonnie. Congratulations on a terrific, terrific drive, very intelligent drive. My God, guys, you actually used patience. Great job. Well, someone who was in a difficult place most of the race, fighting these Corvettes off, they were like a bunch of sharks, these Corvettes coming up on Kirk the whole time. My gosh, you were a sandwich so many times. I mean, my God, you were Corvette lunch meat most of this race. Yeah. Frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I felt like a little bit outpowered, you know, by the vet. They're a little bit lighter, well, 200 pounds lighter, and we don't have the camber in the back. So, but hey, that's what we're here for. We wanted to see how we could do with the Mustang. So it was fun. It was still it was a blast to get to drive here. I've never been to Road America before, so I loved the track. It was great. It was great to battle with the guys.
Now, have you looked at the back of your car? Because, you know, the back two wheels were pretty much off the ground, yeah. You know. But my God,
I did it in third gear, and Kyle Kelly ran into the back of me when I was trying to get it into gear. Just wouldn't go in. I don't know if it was the clutch or the transmission. The rest of the time, I just had to shift it really slowly, and he got in the back of me. I feel bad about that, and then he ended up braking at the end anyway. But it happens.
So when you saw him smoking, what did you think was the problem?
Well, I had fluid coming over my windshield.
Were you waving at the flag guys trying to get this guy off the track?
I was trying to wave to him because there was so much oil coming on the windshield, and we were sliding all over the place behind him, and I was directly behind him. So obviously, I just didn't want fluid to be all over the track. So I just wanted to let them know that there was something coming out of the back of the car.
So when this is going on, do you think I'm going to get myself a vet, or are you going to say I'm going to make my Mustang better?
No, we're going to make the Mustang better.
All right,
yeah,
guys.
Definitely.
Congratulations on a silver medal. Great run. Look at it's not too bad. I mean, for the hit that we saw on television, this is not a whole lot of damage. You were this high off the ground. That's how much room you had underneath you.
It's a tough car.
It's a very tough car, and one tough driver. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Of course, we're looking for our third place driver, and Matt, you saw him spin out there, and they're still down there, but I don't think he's going to make it back. We're getting a little bit of information from our SCCA friends here. All right, so thank you so much. They requested that he go off to medical. He should be in okay shape. It's a very strong car. It's a very fast part of the circuit, though. But as long as those cars keep moving, as long as they don't come to a stop, that can be a good thing. So congratulations to Matt Palermo on his very hard-fought bronze medal. I think he may have crossed the actual line going backwards, or at least sideways. Guys, back to you.
Sideways and backwards across the line, and not how you want to have that happen, but obviously going to medical, just a preliminary thing, a precautionary, something you have to do when you get in a big incident like that.
Well, Biz was really spot on when he said when you see those cars keep going, because it's the stop that is what does the damage. And he was bouncing off things, but it's still a solid shot when you get one of these concrete walls, I'll tell you what. That hopefully he's okay. Unfortunately, he's going to miss the podium celebration, but it's all part of this wild, woolly, crazy sport of auto racing.
And, well, talking about wild and crazy, we got the results tallied, and it was Andy Wolverton taking the win, your 2013 SCCA Runoffs national champion in his Chevy Corvette. Kurt Rezzitano, we talked to him a little bit earlier in his Mustang. Matthew Polano, third place, even though he was backwards across the line. Tom Slow in fourth. Jay Patel, that Porsche 911, in fifth. Kyle Kelly, the damage from the Mustang. You got to think, did that car puncture the radiator maybe, and he overheated that car? He finishes in sixth. Don Knowles in seventh. Dave Sanders gets in eighth. Todd Nebrowski in his Camaro in ninth, and Andrew Long in 10th. That completes your top 10 in Touring 2.
It was a great race.
Yeah, it sure
A lot
was.
of drama. Once again, the SCCA runoffs are like that.
Looking at the start here, way wide for a lot of drivers coming in here. The battle between Patel and Wolverton. Hot and action here coming down. Boy, was it exciting. Passing everywhere, sideways, sometimes in the grass, 4 tires.
Yeah, that
There's
missed shift, getting the back of the Mustang off the ground, the slow and Polano battle back there for what ended up being third place. Oh, the smoking Corvette, he might have overheated as a result of that impact. I think you're on the right track there, Jeff.
And here is once again the incident with
Rubbing,
Matthew Polano right there.
Oh, and
Tom
the wheels
Slow,
touch.
completely backwards across the line into
One
the wall.
wall.
The 2013 SCCA runoffs are brought to you by Mazda. Zoom, zoom.
It's time to face facts. You're a gearhead. You wish the freeway on-ramp was your personal racetrack. Well, buckle up, buddy, because the Sports Car Club of America wants you. With 40,000 members and events across the country, the SCCA has all the excitement you can handle. Dance the blacktop two-step with SCCA Solo. Get down and dirty with SCCA Rallycross. Or go wheel-to-wheel with SCCA Club Racing. Hit the track with the SCCA, where America's best drivers race.
He ignored the naysayers and never compromised. When Thomas Edison threw the switch, it changed everything. Engineering without compromise. This is the Mazda way. And this is the Mazda CX-5. Skyactiv technology makes it lighter yet stronger, earning a top safety pick. And more fuel efficient than any hybrid SUV. This is the uncompromised Mazda CX-5. What do you drive?